Hello, my name is Jacob Korcher. I'm recording the required video for CST-210 Animal Farm Part 1. Cool, so just jumping into it, the purpose of this is to use inheritance, composition, and develop an object-oriented software solution. Just matching the code to the rubric quickly, an animal class is created. There are 3 derived subclasses which are inherited correctly from the base or the superclass. The access modifiers are consistent with the assignment. Cool, so our superclass is just going to be our animal class, and our subclasses are going to be our chicken, our horse, and our cow. So going over the composition, so the has a is a, our barn has a horse, cow, and chicken, not one. Obviously it has a vector of horses, cows, and chickens. This is our stall, our pen, and our coop. Going to the has a is a relationship, we have our animal, which is our superclass, and what is derived from that is our chicken, which is an animal. And we have our horse, which is an animal, and we have our cow, which is an animal. These are our 3 subclasses. Going over the next part of the rubric, we have use composition and object-oriented programming solution. So a barn class is created with a has relationship with 3 derived animals. The animals are correctly initialized in the barn class and show intended interaction. So cool, we have our barn class, and within the CPP file, I apologize, we can see that we do go over all that logic. So I go ahead in the constructor, like the rubric says to do it in the constructor. Could have made a separate method, but I'm just following the rubric. So we go ahead and fill up the horse vector. I just make a pointer, and I keep using that pointer to push back to the stall, the just foo info, and then we just delete that pointer. Same thing here, pointer, delete it, push back to the vector, pointer, foo info, push back to the vector, and then we just delete that pointer. Cool. For the feed horses function, we're just going to just display the information, or not display the information, I apologize. We're going to show the information, calling the show info, and then we're going to do eat, which is going to add some weight to them because they ate. But when I go through that, I just went ahead and in the overridden methods and all of them, I just went ahead and changed the logic to kind of match like the amount of kilograms like a horse would eat. I googled it, the amount of kilograms a cow would eat and a chicken. So cool. The next thing, and then obviously the has a relationship. Barn has a, and not a, but many horses, chickens, and cows. Cool. So the next thing on the rubric is project runs as expected. Okay, and then explanation is clear and easy to follow. Yep, so we just have all our classes represented by headers and by their respective CPP files. And then you go to the main, the flow of the program. You have our barn object, and we call feeding time, and then that's just going to show the different times that they eat. And then from feeding time, we're going to, with the constructor and main, we fill up all of this, and then we call feeding for all of them. And then, yeah, pretty much the only differences between each animal is I gave horse and chicken some extra information. So chicken has a beak length, and horse has a tail length. And then cow, I gave no extra information, but it still needed to have a subclass for scalability, and also because we want to have that custom eat with the custom amount of the kilograms, and then also so we can show its individual information. Cool, so if I just build this, and then we look at our outputted file, cool, we run this. So we have 3 different types of animals. The feeding schedule is as follows: 1 horses, 2 chickens, and 3 cows. So the horse stalls are at 1 p.m., the chicken coop is at 3 p.m., and the cow pen is at 5 p.m. So now we're just going to go through, and it's going to feed the horses. So you can see the name of the horse, Manny. The weight is 947.182 kilograms. The tail length is 12 centimeters. And then Manny, the horse, is eating. Manny now weighs 953.982 kilograms because we called the eat function. And yeah, pretty much that's it. And then you can just continue. Now we're feeding the cows, and now we're feeding the chickens. I didn't see in the rubric or the instructions for the assignment anywhere, like if you wanted a separate class with maybe the feeding schedule. So I did just kind of hard code that, within my menu, or actually no, I actually hard coded that within the barn feed time function, because that's the way it appeared to be for me when I read it. That's the way it seemed like everything was supposed to be. Um, but if I'm supposed to have anything extra and I did anything wrong, feel free to let me know and I'll redo it with all that extra stuff. Thank you so much.